Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you all today, and I'd like to thank you firstly for joining this session. My name is James Bigas. I'm the International Development Manager for GUS, and today I'll be discussing with you a little bit of information on about three of our US universities: Florida Polytechnic, Webster University, and Concordia University Chicago. All of them are fantastic institutions and offer a different opportunity depending on what you're looking to do and what programs you're looking to study in the US. So I will start the presentation in a moment. I'm just waiting for the last couple of people to join the session. And I'll be happy to share, information on all three universities and also take any questions that you have. If at any point during the session, you would like to unmute yourself and find out a bit more or ask me questions, I'm here to, provide any answers you're looking for and, discuss any concerns or doubts you might have. So I will start the presentation now, and hopefully we'll be able to provide you some insightful information. So the first university I'm going to be discussing with you today is Florida Polytechnic University. This is a state STEM university, and as you can see from the image in my presentation, it is a very impressive university. This is a very new university based in Florida. The campus is situated between Tampa and Orlando, so it gives you a great opportunity to visit the beautiful beaches of Tampa, or visit the world famous Disneyland if you would like. There's loads of places to eat and enjoy yourself while studying at Florida Polytechnic. This is a STEM only university, so they offer engineering, science, mathematics, technology focused programs, and it is a really impressive institution with fantastic opportunities for students. As you see here, obviously, these are just a few facts on the campus and the information about the university. So the university has a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And this is really important. This gives students a really good opportunity to work with professors. You have a lot of one-to-one interaction. You're not in a classroom with 100+ students. You're really working as a team and as a community. So you really have the best chance to have the best learning outcomes from Florida Poly and all of our institutions. Florida Poly offers 2 intakes per year, so you can start in either January or August. August this year is still available for international students, but we do have a cutoff in July. So if you are interested to apply for Florida Poly, you would need to do so immediately. If not, you can obviously complete your application and look to join us in spring 2022. So some very important information here on accreditation. So if you're looking to study at any institution, not just the ones that I'm going to be speaking to you about today, you need to make sure it's an accredited institution. The reason behind that is if you're looking to take your degree elsewhere, if you complete your program in the US and would like to travel to Europe or China or anywhere in the world, if you have studied at an accredited institution, this will allow you that opportunity because your degree will be accepted anywhere in the world, included in the US. In addition, Florida Poly has a ABET accreditation. This accreditation is important for international students and domestic students because it's effectively the gold stamp of approval for their programs, and it is an industry-led accreditation. So just a little bit more information on where the campus is situated. So between Orlando and Tampa, there is 11,500 high-tech companies. So obviously, as I mentioned, this institution is all about the high-tech programs. So you'll see a little bit more information on the courses available. But effectively, when you're studying at Florida Poly, you have access to all of these companies have their operations based there. And what really that gives you is the opportunity to find an internship, a job opportunity once you graduate. And so if I go on to some of the rankings, so obviously some important ones here, Florida Poly is ranked number 14 for best career outcomes. This is across the US. This means that when you graduate, you're going to find a fantastic opportunity. In addition, we have some very top ranked professors at our campus. So one of our professors, Professor Rashid, he's ranked in the top 2% worldwide. So as I mentioned about the student to faculty ratio, if you happen to choose electrical engineering as your course, this will allow you to work with one of the leading professors worldwide. In addition, Florida Poly is also ranked number 1 for the lowest out-of-state tuition. So compared to other institutions, you're getting quite a lot of return on investment for your programs at Florida Poly. So in addition to those rankings, I've listed a few of the important ones we believe for international students. So obviously you can see here, with ranked number 14 in best career outcomes. Another one I mentioned, number 1 for lowest out-of-state tuition. Also ranked top 40 for engineering universities without a PhD. As rankings go in the US, the Best College US News Report is the best known. So if you find a university with a ranking from this institution or this publication, sorry, you know you're in safe hands. So just a little bit about the campus and what is available for international students studying here. So as you see here, obviously, if I go back to the original photo, this is the IST building. This is so far the main part of the campus. However, if you see in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see a new part of the campus is being built. This is due to go live and be available for students in the spring of 2022. This will obviously, in addition to the current labs on campus, also include an extra 85,000 square feet of labs, testing facilities, and applied research center. Already on campus, we have supercomputer labs, entrepreneurship labs, cyber gaming and digital media labs, R&D labs, cyber security labs, and big data and health informatics labs. In addition, there's obviously 26 classrooms available for all students. These classrooms are generally will fit about 30 students maximum. There is a couple of auditoriums as well, where you may have some of you may also be able to speak with professors and take various different classes as well. In addition, we have a state-of-the-art library. So if you see the picture in the top left-hand corner, this is a bookless library. It sounds very interesting, but this is effectively an area for international students to collaborate, to work with domestic students, and really work with their professors as well. So if you see in the very foreground of the photo, you'll notice these are the professors' offices. And everything about the institution is really designed about students being at the heart of it and everything else working around it. And obviously, what is very important for students once they've completed their studies is the opportunities that studying a program at our institutions will afford you. So this is just a very brief list of some of the companies that students have graduated and gone to work for or found internships for. Some of the very impressive ones are the likes of NASA, Siemens, 3M, United States Air Force. You also have the Kennedy Space Center, Walt Disney, and there are many, many more. Obviously, this is just a list of some of the ones I think are very relevant and quite cool, actually. A little bit of information as well. Within 90 days of our students graduating, 75% were hired into tech jobs, with the median salary being roughly 57,000 USD. Obviously, tech students are very much sought after in the US. And one of the things that you'll get if you study a STEM program with any of our institutions is that you get a 3-year post-study work visa. So most students that study non-STEM programs, they would only get a 1-year post-study work visa, which is called the OPT. However, if you do a STEM course, which is any programs within engineering, technology, science, mathematics, you get an additional 2 years. So you get a total of 3 years. And with regards to the other 25% of students that weren't hired within this time, my understanding is the majority went into a further study. So either went on to do their masters if they were undergraduate, or went on to do a PhD if they were graduate students. So as I mentioned, obviously at the moment, the full intake is coming to a close. So this is this year's calendar. We will be providing next year's calendar. What we've offered students is a rolling admissions process currently. We understand that with COVID, it has been very difficult to get relevant documentation, get your visa appointments booked, get all your I-20 documents provided. So what we've done is we've offered a rolling admissions to give students the best opportunity possible to complete their application. And effectively what we'll do is we'll work with you. If for any reason you can't make the full, we would work with you to complete your application for the spring intake. So this is just a very brief page on the application documents that you need to provide. So in addition to your application form being completed, which is an online application, you also need to provide your TOEFL or proof of English, IELTS. We do accept medium of instruction letters. These letters are obviously from your university. They need to be confirming that your full program was taught in English. In addition, these documents must be notarized by the institution and also by a senior member of faculty. So this can either be the president, the provost, the registrar, or the assistant registrar, and it must be on headed and footed paper. In addition, we'll obviously need your passport. Further down, obviously, it talks about I-20 documents as well. This would come obviously after you've completed the application. So in addition to those documents, we also require the following. If you're applying for a graduate program, we'll require you to provide your undergraduate transcripts and certificates. We'll need the originals, and if they're not in English, they must be translated. We will also do an evaluation of your documents. So if you have already completed a WES and AES, fantastic, you can just send that information to us. If you have not, then what we do is we offer a AES service for all students applying. Just to give you an idea, this normally costs about $200 to $300, and if you haven't done it, we will do it on your behalf to save you some money. In addition, we require your recommendation letters. So 2 letters of recommendation needs to be either academic or professional. We also require a letter of intent. This is a statement of purpose. So what you have to do is, if you are applying for Florida Poly, I would advise you to take a bit of extra time on this document and really put some thought into it. We do check for plagiarism. So if you've gone online and you've copied and pasted this document, what we will do is we'll spot this and we will reject it and we'll ask you to do it again. You must also mention why you would like to study at Florida Poly, the program that you would like to study, and any motivations or anything that you would like the professors to know, because every application is reviewed by a member of the faculty. This year we are waiving the GRE. So if your GPA is below 3.25 and you wish to apply, you can go ahead and you won't be required to provide a GRE. I would say though, Florida Poly is a very competitive institution. So as I mentioned, obviously, we have top level faculty, we have great work opportunities, we have fantastic opportunities for students once they graduate. However, we do look for the top percentage of students. So I would advise if you have above 2.5 to 3.25, then your application should be fine. If you have below 2.5, if you have work experience, you need to provide additional information. We'll look at your resume. There are opportunities, but on an academic standard, we're looking for students between 2.5 and 3.25 or 3.25 and above. For undergraduate students, we do require an admissions essay. In addition, you must provide one of the following, either the SATs or the ACTs. These are mandatory for all students applying at undergraduate level. So if you haven't done them yet, I would advise that you start looking into it if you would like to study one of the programs at Florida Poly. In addition, we require high school transcripts and an information release clause. So this is just a little bit of information about the costs at the institution. So the price and information you see here. So for the top section, the graduate programs, this cost is for the 2 years tuition only. What we do is we also offer a guaranteed scholarship for all international students applying for 2021. So if you would like to receive this scholarship and you feel like you would like to go to Florida Poly this year, apply as soon as possible. We do have to stop applications for this as of July 15th. But if you do apply, you will get this 20% scholarship. Bringing your tuition down to $23,832 for 2 years. For undergraduate programs, obviously you see the cost per year. So the cost per year is $21,000 and the cost for the 4 years is $84,020 USD. So these are just some of the popular programs. There are many more programs for master's level. There's also programs in robotics, mechanical engineering. Obviously, you see here the big data, analytics, game development, undergraduate, renewable energy, nanotechnology. These are all fantastic courses. If you're perhaps not from an electrical or mechanical engineering background, but you have a different area of expertise at undergraduate level, but you do want to go into a STEM course, the MS Engineering program in Engineering Management track is one that I would advise that you look at. This program is designed for people that want to work within an engineering field, but perhaps at more the business and management level. This track allows students from any background to apply and potentially go on to it. So that was Florida Polytechnic. The next institution I'll be discussing is Webster University. So Webster University is based in St. Louis. They do have several other locations for international students to study. I do always recommend looking at the St. Louis campus first, as this campus offers the most for international students, as they have a lot of the career services. They have various different departments on campus, whereas the Orlando and Irvine campus, so Orlando is based in Florida and Irvine is based in California on the West Coast. These campuses don't have as many facilities for international students, and they're more metro campuses. But if you do have families in these areas, they could be a very good option for you. We have over 120 globally recognized programs between graduate and undergraduate. I'll share some of the programs with you in a moment. Again, we have a very low student-faculty ratio. With regards to intakes, we have 5 intakes per year for graduate and 2 intakes per year for undergraduate. Again, Webster University is an accredited institution. And also St. Louis is really a hub for business. So 10 of the Fortune 500 companies are based in St. Louis. This really gives the students a great opportunity to find work placements once they graduate. In addition, there is on-campus accommodation available for international students. If you would like to stay on campus, I would advise that you apply for it as soon as possible. So this is just a little information with regards to our intake. So as I mentioned, we have a January intake and also an August intake for undergraduate. And we have a January, March, May, August, and October intake for graduate courses. So here is just a list of a few of the popular undergraduate programs on our campus. All undergraduate programs are only taught in the St. Louis campus. So a few of the notable programs just to mention are the game and game designs. These are very popular programs. The animation programs are also very popular. Obviously, they have the traditional business administration, marketing, mathematics, media communications, and there's many, many more programs available for international students to study on campus. At graduate level, we offer a number of programs including cybersecurity, data analytics. These are both 2 of our very popular programs at the moment. Both of these programs are STEM programs as well. So if you're interested in studying one of these ones, these do offer the free post-work visa. Whereas something like the MBA, this is just a 1-year post-study work visa, as it's more of a traditional program. In addition to this, we obviously offer biomedical sciences, Masters of Health Administration. So this is designed for students that would like to go into the health informatics realm, working in hospitals at a senior level. The MA Relations as well is also, international relations is also a very popular one for students looking to work within international relations. So something very important, as I mentioned, for Florida Poly is the career prospects for international students. So what we have at Webster University is a very in-depth opportunity for students to find career opportunities once they graduate. Students either have the option to do the CPT or OPT. A lot of students go for the OPT as that gives the best value for their time. But just a note here, obviously, after graduating, 90% of our international students took advantage of CPT and OPT opportunities. And as I said, OPT and CPT, these are the career enhancing opportunities and opportunities to find work once you graduate. Again, within Webster also, we have a number of career resources as well for you. So you'll have the opportunity for someone to help you with your CV, understanding the interview processes in the US. They really are there to guide you and work with you to make sure that you have the best opportunities when you graduate to find a job during your times. And also, as I mentioned, obviously, if you look at the picture on the right, so if you see at the very top, where Webster is based is St. Louis. And St. Louis was recently ranked as #1 for the best city to launch your career. This ranking is based on the average monthly cost of living against your average starting salary. So, if you go to St. Louis, as I said, I would recommend it. It's a fantastic place to go. You will really have an excellent opportunity once you graduate to find an opportunity to work and live in the US. So this is just a little bit of information about the admissions requirement. What we've done is for Webster University, we've made it as streamlined as possible. What we require from you is your application form, which is a paper-based application. We require your proof of English. You'll see here, one of them is GUS password test. And what we have is an internal test you can take for Webster University. This can be done at no cost to you, and it's equivalent to the IELTS and the TOEFL. It's very quick and we can book it in within 2 to 3 working days. So if you would like to apply for Webster now for the full, you have the opportunity to do so, even if you haven't completed your English proficiency. We obviously need your high school transcripts for undergraduate level and your degree transcripts or your undergraduate transcripts and certificate for graduate level. And the only other document we need is obviously your passport. And also what I'd like to do is obviously extend a application fee waiver. So any students attending this session today that apply for the full 2021 intakes, what we'll do is we will give you a application fee waiver. So as you see here on the right, normally you have to pay $50 to apply for Webster University. However, as you attended this session today, that fee will be waived. Once you have completed your application and you've got your visa, there is an enrollment deposit. This is the cost of one semester's tuition. So obviously here you see $6,500 or $13,850 for undergraduate level. For any graduate student applying for this year, we will also offer you a guaranteed GPA-based scholarship. If you're applying for full 2021, you will get this. So above, if you have a GPA or US equivalency GPA below 3.5, we'll give you 15% scholarship. And anything above that, you'll get a 20% guaranteed scholarship on tuition. In addition to the password exam, if you're struggling for any reason to get the required score to go directly onto the program, we do offer an ESL course. This is an English language course that you take before starting your program, and you will take effectively 2 classes in your first term of English. In your second term, you'll take 1 class and also 1 class of either your graduate or undergraduate program. So that's Webster University. The next university I'll be discussing is Concordia University Chicago. Concordia University Chicago, obviously, as the name entails, is based in the heart of Chicago in the suburbs. It's about 20 minutes to 30 minutes on the L, which is a train that you can take there into downtown Chicago. Obviously, if you know anything about Chicago, Chicago's the second biggest city, as it's always been known as, in the US, second to only really New York. Again, we have a number of internet programs recognized for international students. We have a very small student to faculty ratio, which obviously offers the best opportunity to work with your professors and really ensure that you have the best outcomes academically. We offer 2 intakes per year, so spring and fall intakes. Again, the university is accredited by the HLC. As I mentioned, Chicago is really one of the hubs for the US. So Chicago has 30 of the Fortune 500 companies based there, which really gives students the opportunity to find internships, career prospects, and it's really a fantastic city to live in. With regards to accommodation, on-campus accommodation is available. It is very limited, so if you are looking to study there, I would always recommend that you book your accommodation as soon as possible. There is accommodation available outside of the campus, and obviously a member of the team can support you finding other options. Obviously, with regards to rankings, the university is regionally ranked in the top 74 and also ranked university in the US. So as I mentioned, obviously, these are the intakes. We do have deadlines that are very much approaching. If you are applying for full, we can obviously work with you still. We have until July 8th. What I would recommend is that you work with the agency LVG and also Eric, my colleague, who manages the relationship, to get your application across as quickly as possible to make sure that we get you in for the full. If not, you can look to apply for obviously the January intake, and we still have plenty of time to get you across for that intake at CUC. At CUC, we offer a number of programs at graduate level. Some of the more popular programs are the MBA course. This is available for international students in either a 1-year or a 2-year format. Generally, we find students prefer the 2-year format. It's less intense. It gives you more options to stay in the country and find that give you a bit more flexibility once you want to graduate as well. But if you have perhaps you come from you have a job at home and you want to make sure that you complete your program and get back to your home country as quickly as possible, you can choose the 1-year option, which really helps you in that sort of circumstance. One of our popular programs as well is the MS Computer Science program. This is a STEM course as well. So as I mentioned in the previous slides, this offers international students the opportunity to do the 3-year OPT once you graduate. In addition, we do offer other graduate level programs. These programs include education courses, such as the MAT-SOL. We also have a DBA, which is a 3 to 4 year course. This is a Doctorate of Business Administration, and this is a PhD level program. So if you've done your master's and you're looking for the next step, that would be the correct program for you. For undergraduate students applying to CUC, we offer you a guaranteed scholarship as well. This scholarship is 8,000 USD per year. And this will give you the opportunity to obviously reduce your tuition fee and find and have a chance to study a fantastic program with Concordia University Chicago. In addition, we do offer scholarships for graduate programs for students studying with us. This is just an example of what the cost of tuition looks like, and also what the scholarship will look like if you decide to study with us. So for the MBA, for example, the standard cost of tuition is 28,275 USD. We'll offer you a 15% scholarship, bringing that down to 24,000 USD for the 2 years. And this is for the total duration of the program, these costs. With regards to documentation that you need to provide, obviously we need your application form, your passport, your English proficiency. Again, we do accept the password exam. This can be done internally with GUS. We'll also need either your high school transcripts and certificates or your bachelor's degree if you're going for a master's program. In addition, we'll need obviously your proof of finance, and upon visa acceptance, you'll be required to pay a 4,200 USD deposit to secure your place. For graduate level students, we do require 2 recommendation letters and a personal statement. As I mentioned, we check all your personal statements, so please make sure you take the extra time to, make this a personalized document, talk about why you want to study the program with the institution and why you would like to study in the US. And as I mentioned, so this is just a little bit of information on the password exam. So as you see here, all you have to do is fill in one very quick form, which is just an Excel. You provide that to my colleagues. And then what we'll do is we'll go in and book you for this test. We can waive the application fee, which would cover this cost, so you wouldn't have to pay for the password exam in this example. And effectively, once you complete the application, once you complete the password exam, you'll get your results in 2 to 5 business days, and you'll be ready to go. So this is a very brief understanding of the 3 institutions that we have in the US. What I would like to do is just open up the floor to all the attendees and the participants. If you have any questions, what I'd like to do is go through any questions you might have, help you with any enrollment or fact-finding information you might need. So if you would like to unmute yourself, please do so now, and I'll be happy to have a chat with you. Please don't be shy. Anyone that has any burning questions, whether it's with regards to the visa process, the application process, the individual university. Johnson, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Sunny Johnson, and I would like to go for my MSc program in one of the university. I actually joined the webinar lately. And
okay.
yes, so I'm looking forward to applying for a full scholarship because I live in a remote area in Nigeria here. So a full scholarship would do me well to be able to apply for my master's program. So I don't know.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, it is very difficult to find anywhere that will award you a full scholarship. So we do have fantastic institutions, but none of them will be able to offer you a full scholarship. So if you're looking for a master's program, are you looking for engineering or science, or what type of course are you looking for? Sunny, if you'd like to unmute.
Okay. I study international history and international study, like diplomatic course.
Okay. And would you like to carry on in that field?
I guess I would like to maybe study my MSc in international relations because I'm a language person. I know how to learn language easily. So I would like to work in the diplomatic mission around the world.
Yeah, of course. So what we have is we have the MA International Relations program at Webster University. This is a fantastic course. The cost of the course is probably about 24,000 to 26,000 USD for the 2 years. As I mentioned, unfortunately, we do not offer any full scholarships. So perhaps if that is something you're looking for and is the only way you can study, then these may not be the right institutions. But if you are interested in a little bit more information on the International Relations Program at Webster University, we'll be happy to share that with you. But we can offer you up to a 20% scholarship for this program.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
Yep.
Hi, good evening. Yes, please feel free.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too. I am currently a university student in Ghana. I'm from Ghana. My name is Roland, and I'm currently offering BA Physical Education. And I would like to apply for physical education in the university with a scholarship. I don't know the nitty-gritties that I have to go through before I'll be able to admit it. What are the way for it?
Yeah, so are you looking to go into more the business side of it? Because obviously what we have is at Concordia University Chicago, for instance, we have an MBA, which has a sports management specialization. So if you're looking to go more into the management side, understanding the business aspects of sports management, this would be a fantastic option for you. This really gives you insight into how to manage a sports, not just a sports team, but a business within the field as well. So that might be the best option for you. We do offer up to 15 to 20% scholarships for this MBA program. So what I can do is I can go back to the cost for the course with CUC. So the standard program would cost 28,000 for the 2 years. We can offer you up to a 20% scholarship maximum. So obviously 15% scholarship would bring it down to 24,000, which would be about 12,000 USD per year, just a little bit more. Okay,
that's great. That's really great. So I'll try it out. But do you still have programs as well?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat?
Sorry, do you have programs that you offer?
I'm sorry, every time that you say the program, could you repeat the program?
Yeah, I'm asking whether you offer any educational programs, maybe educational management or something related to education.
Yeah, we do have some programs. Some of them are not fully on campus, so I didn't mention them today. So we do have a number of courses at PhD and master's level. I'm just trying to think of which ones are relevant. What I can do is I can have the team work with you and share with you the full list of the courses. We do have several educational programs. However, they're not all available fully on campus. So you may have to study some modules online, but the majority, 90% of it will be on campus. So some of it's working with, K-12 schools.
All right.
I don't know.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Thank you very much. Nana Williams, please feel free.
Okay. Hi. Good day.
Good day. It's
a nice presentation. I would just want to know, regards to USC schools, most of the time in Ghana here, getting a visa to study in the US, sometimes the chances are really low. I just want to know, what does your institutions do to assist students who meet all the requirements? But I mean, what other additional document apart from the I-20 or any other stuff that you add to assist students with the scholarship? I mean, sorry, with the visa. Sorry, with the visa.
Of course. So what we do is we offer additional, not training, but we offer guidance sessions for international students. So what we'll do is once you've completed your application, you've got your I-20, we'll also host a mock session with you. So we'll be able to offer you insights into what sort of questions you might be asked, how you should approach those questions, what documents you need to take with you to really have the best opportunity to go to your visa interview and get your visa. But what I would say is, obviously with the recent changes in the administration in the US, so obviously President Trump is no longer Biden. President Biden has a very different outlook on education and international students coming to the US. So we've seen a very positive change in the number of visa acceptances. So for instance, from Ghana, we have seen students getting their visa, whereas perhaps in the past we didn't. So if you have had issues in the past, I would say now is a really good time to complete your application and go for your visa interview, because I think you would have a very good opportunity.
Okay, sure. And another question, please. So after studies, I mean, I know some countries like Canada, UK have come up with certain policies that assist international students after studies. Like you can stay about a year or two after studies and work there or something. What are some of the stuff that US gives to international students? I mean, after studies, you just have to come.
Yeah, of course. So just I've got pulled up this slide because what we have is a career services slide. And so international students studying in the US have two options while they're studying. So there is either the CPT, which allows you to work while you are studying. However, this option is very limiting. If you do the CPT, it also takes time out of the OPT, which is the post-study work visa that you might understand from the UK models or the Canadian. So what you have is the OPT, which is either a 1 year. So if you're studying an MBA, you get a 1 year OPT. If you're studying a STEM program, so if we have a look at Webster, for instance, the STEM programs that you can study are either cybersecurity, data analytics, I believe the biomedical sciences, the MA in Information Technology Management. These programs are called STEM courses, and what it allows you to do is work for an additional 2 years. So you get a 3-year OPT in the US. However, if you go for the MBA, you still can do the 1 year. And if in that year, if you find a good employer and they're willing to sponsor you, you can actually extend that and go on to a different type of visa and continue with that work opportunity. And in addition, so just if I go back to the last slide that I was on, so if you see here, for Webster University, just to give you an example, 90% of our international students have gone on to take advantage of either the CPT or OPT. So only 10% of students have probably either, I would say some of those students may have gone on to extra studies as well. So if it's an undergraduate, they may have gone on to a graduate program. Some may have gone on to do their PhD, and some may have returned home. But 90% is a very, we find that a very positive number. We think that shows a good standing for international students when they're looking to study these programs. And at Webster, like all of our institutions, what we host is career days. So on campus, employers will come to campus, you'll get the chance to meet them, you'll get an opportunity to understand what they're looking for. And also internally within the teams, we have career advice and career services teams. So we'll help you with your CV, how to approach an interview, how to find the right type of job. We also have accounts where you can access. So I'm not sure if you know Indeed. We have like an internal system where you can go online, look at our internal systems for local employers. As institutions, a lot of employers come to us because they want to find really prospective, international students or local students as well, and give them an opportunity. It's seen as a great benefit to the local community. As you see here on this slide, if you have a look on the right-hand side, it talks about St. Louis being the #1 ranked location for international students looking to launch their career effectively in the US. So hopefully that answers your question. There is a lot of a lot of opportunities for international students. Once you get there, our team will work with you and help you.
Okay, so please, my final question, please.
Yeah.
I know US schools, or most of the US schools have something they call the assistantship and all that assist students in funding their fees. Apart from the scholarship you give, does your institution gives out these internships or give international student opportunity to maybe take part in certain work or stuff on campus? And all that to assist students with their fees and all that.
So there are opportunities. What I would say is though, if the only way you're going to be able to study is by having one of these opportunities, it's probably not right for you, because obviously these on-campus roles are available. They're graduate assistantships, there's various different roles you can do on campus. However, they're very competitive. If you look at the number of students that we have on campus, a lot of them will look to find one of these positions, and there may only be 10 of them available. So I would say that, if you're planning on that being the main source of funding for your program, you may struggle because it is difficult. It's very competitive. A lot of students want these opportunities, and you can't unfortunately work during your studies outside of these. So this is available for international students. They are possible to get, but I would recommend that you really look at your finances and make sure you're prepared if you cannot get one of those opportunities.
Okay, thank you very much.
Not a problem. And thank you for your time. Roy, I believe you have a question. Feel free to unmute. If you have a camera, feel free to turn it on. It'd be nice to see you.
Don't worry. My name is Roy Perry, and I have some questions. I have four actually. Okay, so
yeah, of course,
regarding accommodation, you spoke very little about accommodation, and what are the payments plans? Okay, yeah, then also healthcare.
Yeah, of course.
Healthcare.
So with regards to accommodation, accommodation is available on all three campuses. There is limited accommodation, but international students can apply. They can live on campus. Generally, you will find the on-campus accommodation is probably the cheapest in the area, unless you have people that you can live with. So what we advise students to often do is look to stay at least for the first semester. You can rent accommodation on a termly basis, on a semesterly basis, on a yearly basis. So it's really up to you. So what I always advise international students to do is at least look at the semester, because that way you can become used to the local area. You can meet people on campus, and then what you can find is opportunities to live with other students potentially, or you might even enjoy living on campus. You might decide, actually, you know what, it's easier, it's right next to my classes. I'd rather just be able to, walk 5 minutes and be in class. So, there is the opportunity with regards to payment plans. So you always have to pay up front. So I think normally the deposits are about $100 to reserve your space. And then once you decide on how long you're going to stay there, then you can either pay monthly or you can pay termly or semesterly. But you do have to make sure that you've covered your costs before the next semester. So before you join, you must cover a semester's costs or term's costs, depending on how long you agree to stay there. And then before you go on to your next semester or next term, then you also have to pay that beforehand. And then with regards to insurance, all students studying in the US must have medical insurance. So each institution has their own policy. So Florida Poly has a partner that I can't remember their name, I'm afraid, but they do have a healthcare insurance partner. And what happens is, as you go through the acceptance process, once you're accepted, what they do is they provide you the information on that specific partner, and then you can either decide to go with them or you can find your own coverage. For Webster and CUC, you do have coverage immediately. So it's all built within your costs. And effectively what you do is you just pay those costs within the tuition that you pay to the institution.
Okay, so what's the cost of living, like monthly cost of living, like in general? Webster, and Florida Poly.
So roughly you would be looking at about, so it's about 11,000 USD per year, give or take. So I think it's a little bit more than that. It really depends obviously on, each student and, the accommodation they're looking to stay in. So obviously, on this slide you see here, it mentions about sort of the monthly rent for an apartment in St. Louis. I would say, the costs that you would need to cover for your first term would be about, first year is about between 11,000 and 12,000 USD. That would include your accommodation, your room, your board, books, expenses, and any sort of events or other activities you want to do.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think my questions are answered.
Okay. One more question, please.
Yeah, of course. Please go ahead.
With the recent COVID, all that, what are some of the preparations and stuff put in place for international students?
Yeah, of course. So just to give you an idea, so the US, obviously, I don't know if you've been keeping up to date with the news, but obviously COVID in the US is very much under control. So all of our campuses, when COVID first hit, they closed the campus, went online. However, since then, all of them have now been vaccinated, all the professors, all the faculty, all the students. And if you study at one of our institutions, what you'll find is a lot of them actually have vaccination centers on campus. As an international student, you're not required to be vaccinated. You can get a free vaccination once you get to the US as well. And you can do that through our universities. A lot of them have vaccination centers on campus where they can support you. You will need to arrive a little bit earlier before the program starts, just to make sure that you are, you're isolated and quarantined correctly. And like I said, obviously, if you haven't taken your COVID vaccination, you can do that on campus. But we will be fully on campus in person this fall. We've had a very successful summer intake, and you'll have the opportunity to study fully on campus and go out and enjoy the US.
Okay. Please, one more, please. Sorry, I'm bombarding with questions.
No, it's okay. This is what we're here for.
So I saw your scholarship packages, 20% and 15%. And then apart from that, apart from what you give in students with this kind of GPA, when students exhibit certain kind of good grades in their academics, maybe good in sports and all that, don't you have any other scholarship packages that help students in that way? I mean, you understand what I'm trying to say?
We do have additional opportunities for international students. What I would say is that the maximum that you're going to get is about 20% of the tuition. So perhaps you have a slightly lower GPA, but you excel in sports. What you can do is you can apply for additional scholarship, but it would take you to about a maximum of 20%. Outside of that, we don't really have many opportunities. As I said, you can look at maybe graduate assistantships roles on campus, but they are limited. But the scholarships that I mentioned in the PDF are guaranteed to all international students. So you don't need to apply for them. There's no additional processes. Once you get accepted, these scholarships are automatically added to your account, and you don't have to, that amount is removed. So there's not an application process for them. If you do feel like you could use with some additional support, what you can do is work with the team, but the maximum you would be getting is 20% tuition.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for your time. I will just have a look at the chat.
I have a last question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so in Ghana, I'm from a university. We deal with CWA, cumulated weighted averages. So conversion from the GPA, CWA to the GPA, and using the US standard, I think we'll find it quite difficult doing it. So if you could give us a way to convert it so we know what kind of scholarship scheme we'll be getting based on our GPAs.
Yeah. Of course. So what we do is we do the evaluation for you. So once you provide your certificate and your documents to us, we'll do the evaluation, and we can let you know what your equivalency would be. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to exit the presentation. I do have a link that I can share with you where you can potentially find your equivalency. Let me just have a look now. Bear with me.
Okay.
I'll try and find a link now, and what I'll do is I will post it in the chat for you. And effectively, this is a place where you can go. It's free. You can find your institution and put in your GPA, and it will give you the equivalency for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Have you sent it?
No, not yet. I'm just looking for it now. I will share it with you. I will share it in the chat in a moment. Is there anyone else that would like to ask any questions? If there's any sort of doubts that you have, a few things that is worth noting. I know obviously at the moment students are struggling to find visa appointments. One thing that we have found that works is that if you look to book a visa appointment, this is obviously not just for us, but if any institution you apply for, if you go ahead and look for a visa appointment, book the first available date available, and then what you can do is you can contact the local embassy, and what they will do is they can give you an emergency appointment. I just shared that link in the chat box, by the way, for everyone. You can go in there and find your nearest institution, and it will do a conversion for you very quickly. But as I mentioned, so if you're having issues finding a date for in the next month or so for a visa appointment, you can go online, reach out to the local embassy, send them an email, say this is my start date. I really need to find the opportunity to have a visa interview before then. And what they will do is they'll expedite it in those cases. We found a lot of cases this has happened. Jessica, please feel free to unmute.
Yeah, hello. Hi, please, I would want to know the required GPA.
Yeah, so we're looking for students with really above a 2.1 at minimum. So each institution has their different GPA requirements. So for Florida Poly, we would expect between 2.5 and above. Normally, students below 3.25 would require to be required to do a GRE, but this year it's been waived because obviously issues surrounding COVID. But I would say the minimum GPA you're going to be able to find an institution with us is about 2.1 and above.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's not a problem. Roy, hopefully you can see that link in the chat. Let me know if you can't. Oh wait, let me try and resend it. Sorry.
I can't see it. It's not in yet.
Okay, I'll send it to you directly. And if anyone else has any questions, please don't hesitate. If you want to raise your hand, if you want to add any questions to the chat section, feel free to. As I mentioned, I know we had a few late people late joining the session. Anyone that is applying for Webster with our colleagues LVG this year will receive an application fee waiver, so you won't be required to pay the application fee. So if you join this session and you are interested in either August or October, reach out to the team at LVG and they will help you get your application processed as quickly as possible, and we'll be able to support you with your visa application as well. Hopefully everyone can see that link now. Eric, hopefully you're on this session. Is there anything else you would like us to cover? Or any questions from your side? Well, I'd like to thank everyone that joined today. If there's no other questions, I will end the presentation now. It was lovely to meet you all. Before you do leave the session, feel free to just turn on your camera and give us all a wave goodbye. It was nice to meet you all. And thank you. Unless there's anyone that wants to ask any further questions.
Sorry, Mr. James.
Yes, please go ahead.
So yeah, it's asking for school codes in the link you sent. It's asking for school codes, and I think I'm not finding one for my school. So how do I go about that?
So what I would suggest is, if you have a look at the location, try and find an institution you know that is similar to yours in your region, and then it would, because effectively the calculations across, if you studied in Ghana or various different parts of Africa, a lot of the conversions would be very similar. So if you look at maybe an institution you know that's very similar to yours in the local region, so long as the GPA, so your equivalency is the same, you can use it to do the conversion and it will still work, and it will still give you a rough estimate of your GPA.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you very much for your time. I look forward to working with you. And if there's any questions, anything you need, please feel free to reach out to myself, to Eric, to the LVG team, and we'll be happy to support you with your application. And we look forward to you meeting us in the US. Thank you very much for your time today. Have a lovely day.
You too.
Thank you.
Yes, for the person that asked for a link for the meeting, you can actually drop your details with the agency. That's the LVG. Just drop your details.
Yes, if you would like a copy of the video, if you perhaps joined a little bit later, please reach out to the LVG team, and what they'll do is they'll share the recording of this with you. And also, if you have any further questions, they'll help you get in touch with either us or the institution. I hope you have a lovely day all. Enjoy your evening. Thank you very much.
Same to sir.
Yeah, bye-bye. Thank you for attending.
Thank you, James. That was a wonderful presentation. Thank you all for participating.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.